Hello everybody. That's upside down. Great start to the video. Today we will be reviewing the seventh, my god, I'm sitting there and reading 7th season. Behind me, today we will be reviewing the 6th season of The Big Bang Theory. So this season starts off with Howard in space, and he slowly starts to go a little bit crazy while he's up there, because the Soyuz capsule that he was building ends up getting delayed. So, yeah, he slowly starts to kind of spiral. At one point, he tells Bernie, which is what he calls Bernadette, to build him a rocket, fly up to space and get him. The other astronauts are constantly bugging him while he's up in space, so he tells them to leave him alone, and ends up with this big drawing on his face. They always call him Fruit Loops because, unfortunately, that's what he got nicknamed in the previous season due to the fact that his mother yelled about his Fruit Loops in one of the episodes. So, oh man, the show just keeps getting better with each season. Amy and Sheldon have their relationship problems due to the fact that Amy wants more out of the relationship than Sheldon does. Sheldon kind of wants it to be more of a catering service towards him, and Amy wants the relationship split 50-50, and Sheldon's still kind of learning the whole aspect of even being in a relationship because he has problems dealing with the everyday social interactions of humans. I guess you can't really understand what goes on in a person's head when they're constantly thinking about one thing at a time, and everything else around them is kind of a distraction, so they try not to even bother thinking about it, but they're slowly understanding how everybody else works normally compared to them, because their normal would be different from everybody else's normal. I guess just because Sheldon is just a teensy-weensy bit smarter than everybody else in the show. Leonard and Penny start to finally work things out in their relationship. Bernadette and Howard have their relationship struggles, so it's almost like the roles are reversed now. I know that Leonard and Penny have one episode where she sees her ex in this restaurant on Valentine's Day and tries to destroy it because I guess she thinks not everything should be going as smoothly as it is with Leonard, and she's afraid she'll screw it up. So anyway, they talk about marriage once again, Leonard and Penny do, in this season, and he says that he won't propose again. If she wants to get married, she'll have to propose. So that's what they decided on. So we'll see where that goes in the following seasons. And then, what else? Oh yes, in the beginning of the season, Howard never tells his mother that he's moving out with Bernadette. So Bernadette ends up finding out when she has lunch with Howard's mother. So he basically lies to both of them. Says that he cleared the air. Somehow neither of them find out about it. So he gets off scot-free with that one, I guess. But he does eventually move out after kind of being badgered throughout the season. And then he kind of, without even really knowing it, plays the guilt trip on Bernadette, so they go back to his house for one more night to spend the night. And then he is moved out with Bernadette for the rest of the season. Raj actually goes there during one episode to look after Howard's mother and ends up getting trapped there basically because she bribes him with food. He ends up spending the night. The next morning when he wakes up, his clothes are gone. They're in the washing machine for the whole day. And Howard basically says he's trapped now. There's no way to for him to get out. Well, they'll see him at his bar mitzvah. So that was kind of a funny play on words. Kripke and Kripke and Sheldon. Jeez, I couldn't think of his name for a second. Kripke and Sheldon are forced to work together in one of the episodes as well, to exchange their ideas, and Sheldon finds out that Kripke's ideas are actually leaps and bounds ahead of his, so that makes Sheldon upset. So then they're all trying to, later on in the season, they're all trying to bribe for tenure. I believe that was later on in the season. Yes, it must have been. Or was it in that episode? Anyway, regardless, within the season, they all try to bribe for tenure. And they're afraid that Kripke is going to get it when they all meet up, because they're all basically Raj, Leonard, and Sheldon are all competing to get tenure. So basically, they're all trying to bribe the people on the council that are going to be assessing their work as to who gets tenure, and one of them is the head of the HR department, who Sheldon gives the show Roots to, because and he's made mistakes with her in this season already, by saying certain things to her that you definitely shouldn't say. And if you watch the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I don't want to spoil too much, because I think that would take away too much from the this actual season. So I won't spoil that part. But yes, he clearly doesn't understand where he should draw the line with certain social interactions. So it's just funny. What else is there? Oh yes, Raj and Stuart from the comic book store become really good friends, so they start doing everything together. While Howard's in space, when he comes back, he gets a little jealous of that, because basically he feels like he's been replaced with Stuart. Stuart kind of becomes part of the gang, I guess, in a way. The best episode in this season was close to the end, where they're all playing Dungeons and Dragons. That had to be the best episode by far, with probably the most laughs for me, just because I'm a huge nerd. So I'm not saying this show doesn't have laughs. It has laughs throughout the entire thing. Some of them I don't get, because I'm not on that. I would say I'm more street smart than definitely wasn't into the sciences when I was younger. I guess computer science is kind of a science, but that's based on computers, so I don't even know. I'm rambling now. Anyhow, where was I? What was I saying there? Oh yes, the D&D episode. Howard does a bunch of impressions during this. The girls are going to Vegas, so they're playing D&D all night, basically. Anyway, Amy, of all people, is the one that ends up getting them in trouble and getting them sent back to home. So they all end up playing together. Howard does all these impersonations or impressions. Impressions of actors. He does Nicolas Cage, Al Pacino, Christopher Waltz. It's just one of the best episodes of this season, as far as I'm concerned. And I think... Oh, the only thing I didn't cover was Sheldon getting his assistant Alex, and Alex making passes at Leonard throughout the season. Really obvious passes, but Leonard doesn't even really realize it until somebody actually says it to him and says, "She's hitting on you," and I guess he hasn't really had that happen to him in his life before, because he already has Penny, and now he has somebody else that's interested in him. So he is enjoying it, because he's like, oh my god, there's somebody who actually that's coming after me, that wants me, and I'm not the one doing the chasing. So that causes problems, of course, with Penny, but he said there's nothing to worry about, which turns out there wasn't, because that storyline didn't even get furthered after that, I don't believe. I know that. Oh yes, the other episode with the HR was where Sheldon made sexual remarks or was trying to tell Alex how to deal with her Leonard problem, but clearly not properly, because he ends up having to go to HR. So then when he's at HR, he throws Howard, Leonard, and Raj all under the bus. So they all end up having to go have a meeting with HR. That was also probably one of the better episodes. And I think that covers all the storylines. Again, if there is anything I missed, just comment below. And I've currently got Halloween 2 in my DVD player, because the Rob Zombie one, because I will be watching that Thursday. And then I have my Halloween 1 review done. And I guess you guys won't be seeing this video for a long time, so I don't even know why I'm rambling about this. So yeah, this is just going to be kind of extra of me rambling in the video, just talking about what I've already done in the past, I suppose, because this video won't be uploaded for a while. So anyhow, if there is anything I missed, just leave a comment below, and like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye for now.